Every day feels the same. We're exhausted. We can't do this anymore.
Something needs to change.
To me, it really hit hard.
I feel so unimportant.
Feels like nobody cares.
I feel hopeless.
I feel alone. Life as we once knew it has completely changed. The things that were once normal, we might never experience again. How has COVID affected you in a positive or negative way?
Honestly, it's not over. A lot of stuff's happened over the past couple months, you know. I did not talk to anyone for a few months, I want to say.
Personally, I feel like it's just taken me away from a lot of just experiences, and it's given me so much anxiety. I just feel like it's disconnected me from everything pretty much. I'm struggling socially. I feel like it's been a lot harder to make friends and get in contact with people.
It made me not want to really talk to people.
And I just miss my friends. It's real cool when I see them. And it's just somebody that I used to know, you know?
They took a toll on my family. It's really gnarly stuff, you know. I lost someone, but I feel like their loss is going to be remembered just with everyone else's, but to me it really hit hard because it was like my mentor.
How has losing your senior year impacted you the most?
I'm actually the senior class president of this year. I ran because I wanted to be an avid part of all the activities such as graduation, prom, etc., etc. It really started to hit me how much we were all, as a senior graduating class, were going to suffer due to the effects of COVID. I know that it's very hard with high school kids and thousands of them to control an area and make sure everyone's safe. But the lack of communication that have gone on in these past months, we're pretty much in the entirety of the dark.
It's very sad and frustrating because I feel like we are not being treated as seniors.
Although things like dances and football games and all that may seem minor in the big scheme of life, they're still a big part of growing up. When you leave and to go into adulthood, these are the things that you remember. And we have been given nothing of that. And when we try to supplement it on our own, we're scolded saying that we're irresponsible. They should communicate with us better what's going on so that we can have more hope instead of being given false answers.
Feels like nobody cares. This year was supposed to be my breakout year, and it just sucks that, yeah, we're doing sports now, it's all cool. It just sucks that it's all for funsies. There's no real goal.
I'm just going to try to move on with my life, but it's really sad because I know for years this is something that students have looked forward to, and now we have nothing.
I understand that this is a crazy virus, but it's like we're hiding from something that's unavoidable at this point. My opinions, your opinions, they all matter. I feel like we all need to start listening and supporting each other during this time. I wish this year would have gone a lot different.
No one's talking about the hurt. No one's talking about the pain. We all have situations we're dealing with, burdens we're carrying, feelings we're hiding. So why not face them together and learn how to love each other in a way that creates unity? Let's change the forgotten to the found.
Tonight, President Trump declaring the coronavirus a national emergency. The move freeing billions for the fight as America contracts to slow the rapidly spreading pandemic. The number of cases in the U.S. rising over 2,000. At least.
Hey, guess what? We have 2 weeks off. It might be bad though because this virus thing is getting pretty serious. This is mid-quarantine and this is what I do to keep myself sane. They said that we would go back in 2 weeks. It's been 5 months. Honestly, at this point, my mental health has declined. But to be optimistic about it, I have matured. I have made plenty of friends. I've lost some. And also my style's changed, but yeah.
Yes! Let's go skate.
Sorry to break it to you, but that was another spot. Yo, nice nose time.
Dude, that was so sick.
Okay.
My name's Fred Schumacher. I'm 65 years old. I live in Oceanside, California, and it's a beautiful life. All right, well, at the crack of dawn at 4:30, this is what I usually do on my morning routine. I get up, I have my lemon and apple cider vinegar drink, then I make my coffee, I sit down and do my Wim Hof breathing method. And then I meditate. And here's some of my supplements. You gotta have your protein powder. I got my creatine. I got a little beta-alanine, got some glutamate, citrulline, I got magnesium, vitamin C, I got MSM, also overfill your fine. You know about CAT? It's now you get your potassium chloride, your rock salts, baking soda. Yeah, it's pretty much the deal. Let's do this. Hold. Then you gotta do a little press. Let's do a shoulder warm up right now.
Sometimes I think he's talking to somebody and I go out there and nobody's out there.
All right, back there, let's go. Come on. No slacking. Get to cracking. Time for a little cool down. Everybody, go to your seats. Sit down. Let's do a little stretching here. And you're back. Let's do a hip stretch here for a count. Well, I think that you should always work out. Try to improve your strength, improve your lifestyle, and live a healthy life. Stay fit and don't quit.
Contagious virus from China has made its way into the U.S.
now has nearly double the amount of coronavirus cases compared to any other country in the world.
The World Health Organization has just declared that this is a pandemic.
Statewide order for people to
stay closed for the
school
rest
districts
of the
around the county officially launched their distance learning program today.
Public gatherings banned.
Working from home is the new reality.
It could be taking a toll on your well-being.
On the day of March 13th, 2020, was the day the world went on pause. We thought it was only going to last 2 weeks, but little did we know our whole lives were going to change. Quarantine, a state, period, or place of isolation, otherwise known as alone. Isolation can cause anxiety, sleeping problems, lack of motivation, loss of appetite, or gain in appetite. It honestly feels like I'm living in a routine. All my days have blended together to create one continuous slip. But all we have to do is hope the next day is better than the last.
It's March 2021. This month marks 1 year since the beginning of quarantine. I'm currently standing in front of the empty Fallbrook High School. In this short video, I'm going to be interviewing some students on just how quarantine has affected them. How has quarantine affected your social life?
Oh man, it dropped real bad, like a rock in water. Yeah, nothing's been better with my social life. I haven't been talking to anybody outside of home, haven't gotten really familiar with a whole bunch of different people, haven't even met anybody from high school yet, so I can't wait to get back to high school and meet more different people.
It's kind of altered me as a person. When it first started, I thought it was the best thing ever. At the time, 8th grade wasn't really the best, and I really needed a break, and I first thought, wow, these 2 weeks are gonna be amazing. I needed this, but then it ended up being a whole year. 10 months almost just by myself. It makes you think a lot. And I became more wise in a way, more aware of things around me and stuff, and it's kind of probably the best and worst thing that has ever happened to me.
How has quarantine affected your physical health?
Well, at first, it wasn't the best, but it also wasn't the worst. Then I started working out, like I said before, and, I've built some muscle, had some vitamins for a change. I don't know what to do about my diet and how I eat, but yeah, it's going better, a little bit better at least, from where it started.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best questions I could answer. Once stuff started going downhill, I just stopped exercising completely, and I was eating food and I was gaining weight, and then I got put on this medication called Lexapro, and I gained 40 pounds in a month, and that was just how much I gained in a month. It didn't stop. I got up to 220 pounds. And then just the beginning of December, I started exercising again, like 4 times a day, every day, and I'm at 180.
This quarantine has left kids all around the world with scars, some of which will never be healed. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. Now that more and more people are being vaccinated, it seems that we will be back on campus very soon.
Last week, I lectured on 2.3 and 2.4. 2.3 and 2.4 are
as we look at the grades
tonight
breakdown, you see we've had some improvement. We're coming off the cliff slowly, but it's still not great.
Breaking news tonight, the coronavirus forcing millions more Americans into virtual lockdown. Over 75 million people in New York, California, Illinois, and Connecticut ordered to stay at home. The U.S. borders to Mexico and Canada set to close to non-essential travel. A spring break crackdown. Florida communities closing beaches. In Europe, the crisis growing. Inside the ICU in Italy, the country's dead.
Rough year for everyone, and it seems like the world has just had it out for us. The way of doing daily tasks has become more and more, and it's difficult to keep a good mental health while carrying it. For me, some of the weight was lifted when my grandma got the vaccine, but unfortunately it didn't work for her, so it's been a stress for me, especially when some people you know are fortunate enough to be able to live normally. While it's been hard, I've noticed one benefit we have gained from this. We are all more thankful for the things we used to take for granted. I used to dread going to school, and now I miss seeing people every day, and I've realized how important family and friends are, so I've come to appreciate them more. I also used to not want to play sports, but after going without it for a year, I've realized how good it was for me. Pets have also become a big part of my happiness, and I appreciate my dog for keeping me company. We're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and as we start returning to normal, I'm going to make sure to appreciate everything a little bit more.
What is there really to say about life during COVID-19? I could talk about the way time seems to blur together, days and nights becoming one, time a meaningless afterthought of an old life. I could talk about the days wasted away in bed, scrolling through Twitter just to have something to stimulate my mind. I could talk about the writing and the online friendships and the boredom and the sudden Wattpad fame that came with writing a fan fiction that I would rather be buried for the rest of my life. I could talk about watching TikToks until 4 in the morning and discovering a Minecraft YouTuber named Dream. I could talk about the obsession that followed Dream, George, Sapnap, and Bad, known as the Dream Team, and then Tommy Innit, Tubbo, Wilbur Soot, the creators of Lemannberg, and then Phil's in Minecraft, the creator of Minecraft, Technoblade, the Blood God, and Rambo, the memory boy who Ender walks. I could talk about the lore of the Dream SMP and how I'm well versed in the knowledge of it.
It was never meant to be.
I could talk about nothing at all, because save for a few Discord calls to friends in faraway places, I don't talk much at all anymore. My family is moving, we don't know where we're going to go, and there's an underlying fear that we aren't going to find a place in time. Our dog might be sick, it could be cancer, or it could just be from age. When we got the news that we had to move, I had my whole room packed within a week. We aren't moving for another month. I'm just ready for something new, something that isn't the same 4 white walls covered in Thomas Sanders posters and pride flags. Life in COVID-19 has been lonely. It's been fun too. Sure, I don't have human interaction anymore, but I have the Dream SMP. I have Twitter, I have reading and writing, and an addiction to Animal Crossing. What is there to say about life during COVID-19? Nothing much. Let me procrastinate and think more about it.